Today's December 24th, 2010. Merry Christmas Eve to all my WoW players out there and anybody watching this video. I hope Christmas is great to you. I hope that Blizzard's better to you than they are to me, and you guys get a bunch of random 359 epics to drop off of a kill, or maybe a mount to drop off of one of the mount bosses in some of the new heroics. This is your boy C-Dub for show from March and Moaned, and this is C-Dub's Corner. Thanks for listening in to this week's log. First and foremost, we're going to start off with C-Dub's Rant of the Week. You're going to hear my pissed offness of this week. Pissed offness is going to be Elemental Shamans don't have a stun. We don't have a stun. It pisses me off that we do not have a stun. Every other class I can think of has a stun, has a fear, has a root, has something that they don't have to spec into to use. Here's my story. I was doing my chain quest to get the Therazane rep, going and doing the whole thing, and I'm in the cave, following to get that last boss killed, and I see 2 rich veins. Well, it just so happens that 4 Hordes were doing the same quest as me. I went to go get one of the rich veins, and a fucking paladin stunned me for 3 seconds, which is apparently long enough to take the entire vein from me. 3 seconds. That sucks balls. So I'm like, okay, he's going to get out of this cave, and I see another rich elementium vein, and I'm going to go for it. And I go, and paladin stun takes it from me. I was so pissed off. I don't have a way to stun his ass. So I followed him out of the cave. I lava bursted his ass 5 or 6 times. On the way out of the cave, the NPC healed him so he could make it further out of the cave. But he was still in combat, so he couldn't mount, so I ghost wolfed after his ass and made sure I killed him. I got 4.5 honor points because his punk ass had to rip me off of my elementium veins. That is bullshit that we don't have stuns. Every other class has some form of stun. Yes, now, before you guys get all up on my ass about it, I do know that if you have an insignia of the Alliance trinket, you can trinket out of it if you have one. Oh, I'm sorry, paladins have more than 1 stun, so that kind of defeats that purpose. For second of all, I don't always have mine on because the buff isn't really that great to have when I'm just out mining. For second of all, totems. I do know if my grounding totem was out before he stunned me, it had it now. If I was spec'd for it at the time, or not spec'd, if I was glyphed for it at the time, that it would reflect it back. Well, I do have the glyph, but I didn't have it out before he stunned me. Otherwise, he wouldn't have stunned me. Love you guys. Just letting you know. So I do know my class. I know it very well, and I do ask if there's something that I'm missing to you guys to tell me about. I also know that if I spec for my stun, I can spec for my Earthbind totem to root someone. Well, for one, that's a root. It's not a stun, so if they're at range, they can kill it. And for 2, you have to spec it, so it's not given to you, which I think is retarded. Every other class that has a stun, it's given to them without a spec. I mean, yeah, pretty much every other class that has some kind of stun is given to them without a spec. So for us to have to spec for something that can be taken out anyways is bullshit. So this is my rant of the week. A, that fucking faggot paladin died. I beat his ass. He was a paladin. I was a shaman. I whooped on that ass. That's what you get for ripping me off of 2 rich veins. You could have just given me 1, but no, you died and you gave me 4.5 honor points. So biatch. That's my rant for the week. Now, cheers to crack a beer. This is to Shin, my guild, right here. We took down the first boss in Black Rock Caverns, or Black Rock Descent, the first boss, Magma. So cheers to crack a beer for you guys. Shin, making some great guild progress. It took a couple wipes, yeah, but we got it. Now we're going to have it on lock, and every week he's going down. Free loot. We're working on the next boss. Also, another cheers to you guys, because we've taken out the PvP boss from Tolbarad, so another one. For those of you who are wondering, yes, this is a real beer. It's an MGD 64. MGD is one of my favorite beers in the world. And I absolutely love MGD. And this is the low carb one. Next order of business. Fail core and the random heroics. Random heroics are always a big topic for me because it's something I do on a timely basis. I log in and I get my Valor points for the day. Fail core fails. Why is every random group fail at fail core? What is this bullshit? I've completed it with my guild, with people I know who know what they're doing. We're on vent, we're chatting it up. Hey, make sure you do this, make sure you do that. Why is it that hard for other people to figure shit out? I mean, honestly, we're in a new game. Cataclysm's not Wrath, and it's not Burning Crusade, and it's not Vanilla. You can't just run in, pick things up, and expect to win. You need to CC. Fail core, you have to have a lot of CC. You need coordination. You have to have a lot of coordination and targeting practice. And when I mean targeting practice, when you mark a skull, everyone focus fires on the skull. The skull dies first. You don't just AoE. Unfortunately, Blizzard gave us the bullshit of, we're not going to buff AoEs. My Earthquake cost 12.6 thousand mana, and it does the same amount of damage it did in Wrath of the Lich King. It's a waste of fucking time. Focus fire in Fail Core, CC in Fail Core, and also listen to your tank, and if your tank sucks, replace his ass. Anyways, Merry Christmas to you all. I hope Blizzard's good to at least some of our players out there, and someone gets a mount out of an instance for it, or a ring out of, you know, random drops. Before I let you go, that's another minor rant. I had this happen to me actually a couple weeks back before I started doing my own show. I had a random group for the Lost City of Tovir. Just after I hit 85, a level 359 epic DPS ring dropped. It was an epic ring with hit rating, stamina, intellect, and I believe mastery. It had hit rating. And because it was a bind on equipped, everyone could roll on it that possibly could use it, which I think is fucking bullshit. I don't think a Resto Druid should be able to roll on a hit rating ring. I'm sorry. You cannot fucking need on a ring that is for a different type of spec that you're gonna... And he literally seriously told me he's gonna reforge the hit into Spirit. So he's gonna take a 60% cut instead of actually waiting for something that is better for him. So that's my other rant for the week. Don't fucking need on shit that you don't really need for a reforge. Be a real WoW player and get your real shit. It's your boy C-Dub for show. Hit me up if you have any rants you want me to bring up or discuss. If you have any, you know, guild progress you want to share with me, that's what's up. Shinra, we're always recruiting. We downed that first boss and we downed the Tobarad boss. We're making some great progress. It's been a pleasure. Merry Christmas.